Ladies and gentlemen, good friend of mine, Janet Kuypers. Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know, I write poetry all the time, and yes, I have things memorized, but everybody knows me, so I'm not going to do the things I've done before. But I decided, I don't know why, that I was going to write a poem for every element in the periodic table. And there's a lot there like, I don't know, what is, tell me something about, livermorium. I mean, like, you have to learn that, it's kind of crazy, which means when nobody knows, you get to be able to play with stuff.
Janet, remember you have a promise here.
Pardon me?
You have a promise here.
Well, you find it interesting, take your pace with these. But one of these poems, which I read, I usually read that features first, this Acetine, I read recently at the 10-minute mini feature night at a Gathering Cabaret. Yes, it's number 85 in the periodic table. But I happen to link it up with some phrases and words that are in a poem called Fantastic Car Crash. It's an older poem of mine. I know that one of my features seems to like that poem, so I decided to take Acetine and Fantastic Car Crash, these two different poems, and mix them together so that they would both fit together. I only had so many checkbooks to distribute. If you've got one with a copy and things that are in italics, or one poem versus the other. And I hope you enjoyed this. This is Acetine and a Fantastic Car Crash. And our life is one big road trip now, and we set the cruise control and make our way down the expressway. And most of the time we're just moving in a straight line, and the scenery blurs. There's nothing to see. But I know what's inside of you, and I know what you're made of. There's no such thing as a calm with you. You are a fantastic car crash. You stop traffic in both directions. In your twisted way, you come from the decay of others. And what do you leave in your wake? More radioactive destruction as all around you slows down the stare, and all the gapers gawk as the decay grows. Everything shatters with you. It's a spectacular explosion until your instability corrodes you down to the basics in the world. And yeah, what was left of you after you were gone is so much more stable than what you were. But still, I duck and cover as metal flies through the air. Every time you leave the scene of the accident, I am left picking up the shards of glass from the windows. The glass breaks into such tiny little pieces. They look like ice. It takes so long to pick up the pieces, and even though I'm careful, I'm still picking up the pieces after dealing with only fractional amounts of you. I've only been able to infer what you look like by knowing your brethren while I'm stuck here picking up the pieces, and I'm still on my knees. The glass cuts into my hands because it was only after so much of your destruction that you left blood dripping down to the street. Think of this as your contribution, this radioactive short-term flash of decay. Think of this as your contribution to this fantastic car crash that is you, that is me, that is us. I've tried to learn, I've tried to study these microscopic parts of you to make sense of you. But whether or not you ever leave enough, despite your destruction, despite this decay of yours, I have to keep reminding myself that when it comes to you, this is what you do. This happens all the time. So I pull the glass from my hands and wave my hand to the line of traffic. Go ahead. Keep driving. This happens all the time. There's nothing to see here. Fighting poetry, and now I'm going to give you one that's straight up periodic table stuff. I read this one at my feature at Cafe Gallery last year. This one is an edited version of Argonne. Before Argonne National Laboratory was named, it was started to create the world's first self-sustaining nuclear reaction. They constructed Chicago Pile 1, which achieved criticality, a sustained nuclear fission reaction, under the University of Chicago's football field stands. But since this experiment was too dangerous to conduct in a major city, they moved it to nearby Palis Hills and named it Argon after the surrounding forest. You know, when I was trying to learn about the element argon, I was really hoping that Argon Lab, so close to where I grew up, would have something to do with the element argon and not be named after a rainforest or forest preserve. Now, the element argon got its name from the Greek word meaning lazy. But that's because argon atomically is stable and resisted to bonding with other elements. And since argon is colorless, odorless, and this is the important one, it does not satisfy the body's need for oxygen, argon is an asphyxiant, so it's highly dangerous in closed areas. But on the plus side, liquefied argon is used in cryoablation to actually destroy cancer cells in electrosurgery. And argon can also be used to make lights look like blue. I wonder if argon's blue light looks anything like the night sky. Because the cool thing about liquid argon is that it's used as a target for dark matter researches. The interaction of a hypothetical WIMP, a weakly interacting massive particle, with an argon nucleus produces a scintillation light. Okay. When I was playing cards once, we decided to place bets on what the winner of each hand would get. And since we didn't have any money and were on an astronomy kick, the first winning hand got the moon. Then somebody won the Earth, then more of the planets, then the asteroid belt, then the Kuiper belt, the Oort cloud, the solar system, then the Milky Way galaxy. Then my opponent suggested the winner of the next hand would have dominion over dark matter. Now, you can't see dark matter directly. Scientists believe that this hypothetical dark matter, which neither emits nor absorbs light or radiation, can take up to 84% of all of the matter in the universe. Since dark matter can't be seen, scientists can only infer the existence of dark matter by its gravitational effects on other matter in the universe. And they assume the corresponding particle in cold dark matter is a weakly interacting massive particle. A WIMP. And if argon is used to help detect these hypothetical WIMPs, that's kind of cool. Because this noble, stable gas might be difficult for people trying to breathe in confined spaces when argon can easily displace oxygen. But argon can also help remove cancer from our bodies. It can light the way, and it may even help us learn more about some of those undiscovered mysteries out here in the universe, too. A day or two ago, and it seemed like a good one last time ago. I looked at you, disheveled, spilling your words to me. I almost lost my breath. It was just that seeing you and hearing those words, well, I was speechless.